Hi, I'm Heather. I'm here to ask you this morning if men and women should be granted the same career opportunities in the United States military. Women have been serving in the military since the dawn of its existence. The first woman known to have received a pension for her services as a veteran was in the late 1700s, and it's estimated that as many as 750 women served in the Civil War disguised as men. In 1917, Loretta Walsh became the first woman to openly and legally enlist in the military as a nurse. In the last 2 years of World War I, the United States found themselves in desperate need of medical care in the field, and over 30,000 women were able to join the services at that time as nurses. A further 40,000 women were enlisted in the World War I in supportive non-combat roles, such as ambulance drivers, pilots, and administrative positions. Those women were all discharged as soon as the war was over, however, and it was not until 1948 that Congress signed the Women's Armed Services Integration Act, giving women a permanent place in the military. In 1976, women were first admitted into the service academies. However, it wasn't until the 1990s that women were allowed in any sort of combat role, and we're still not even close to equal. In 2012, the infantry officer course at Quantico, a difficult, grueling course used to train lieutenants to lead infantrymen in open combat, admitted women on an experimental basis. Of the 29 women who attempted the course, none of them completed it. In comparison, 71% of the nearly 1,000 men who took the course at the same time passed. In 2015, the largest study of its kind, the Marine Experiment, followed 400 Marines over the course of 9 months in California and North Carolina. They found that male-only squads, groups, and crews performed better than gender-integrated crews in 93 out of 134 evaluated tasks. This study ruffled some feathers, as they also claimed that men perform better across all fields, that men are better shooters, get injured less often, and carry less body fat than women. Ellen Herring, a Reserve Army colonel, was quick to point out that they're always coming up with these averages. The average woman can't do what the average man does. I don't think that's a surprise to any of us. But they weren't told to do this study based on averages. It has to be about individual capabilities. Truly, the average American man can't do what the average American Marine can do, whether male or female. Other opponents are quick to use sexual harassment and assault statistics as a reason to keep women out of combat. Of the substantiated reports, 74% occurred while on duty. The largest single group of complainants were women in the lower pay grades. Of substantiated offenders, 40% were in higher pay grades, and 96% of substantiated offenders were men. The question then becomes, of these jobs that were historically limited to only men, what's the reason? As of today, men and women still have different general physical requirements. However, each job comes with its own specific set of requirements that apply regardless of your gender. If you want to be a flight line mechanic, you need to be able to lift a 150-pound part into an engine compartment, regardless of whether you're a man or a woman. Many service members feel that it's time to stop asking whether women can hack it and instead focus on gender-neutral qualifications for each individual job, focused on each individual's capabilities. Thank you. Sources used for this paper are the Marine Corps Gender Integration Research Executive Summary, the Department of Defense Annual Report on Sexual Assault in the Military Fiscal Year 2015, Air Force Testing Gender-Neutral Standards in San Antonio from airforcetimes.com, and All Combat Jobs Open to Women in the Military from militarytimes.com.